Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Infinity, and this is Magnetize Yourself, where we talk about life, love, spirituality, and of course, the law of attraction. So, right as I was preparing for the reading, I actually accidentally forgot to put a card in one of the decks. I left it out as I was getting organized, but of course, I don't believe in coincidences or accidents. So I do believe there is some kind of message that we are supposed to receive from this card. And this card is Sacred Soul Sister. So even though I almost always wait until the end to pull a Rumi Oracle card, I'm going to go ahead and read from the guidebook for this Rumi card to start off the reading, because clearly this was the direction that we were meant to go in here. Okay, so let me turn to the page, and the guidebook here says, when you are conscious, a cloud of sadness surrounds you. When you are beyond consciousness, the moon rests in your arms. When you are conscious, the beloved moves out of your reach. When you are beyond consciousness, the ecstasy of love moves your way. Now, there's more to read, but I have to pause because I'm just getting some kind of message about someone's mind being in the way. I'm also seeing the imagery of a goat for some reason, so that might be significant to someone. I'm getting the color blue. I am going to look up goat symbolism because you guys know that I like to look up these symbols as they come up. Okay, so this can have to do with aspiration, strength, resilience, spiritual sacrifice. Interesting. So maybe someone is allowing their mind to get in the way when it comes to something that they feel they need to sacrifice, or some aspect of themselves that they feel they need to give up or sacrifice for some kind of spiritual reason or for something else. I'm hearing every aspect of you that is physically here incarnated is inherently spiritual, and every desire that you hold, you have for a spiritual reason. If you do have a pure soul desire to do something, to create something, to be something, it's because that is an aspect of your soul that is asking to be expressed. So I'm going to go ahead and keep reading. When you are conscious, the beloved moves out of your reach. I know we read this part, but I feel the need to reiterate it for a reason. When you are beyond consciousness, the ecstasy of love moves your way. So love moves something out of the way. I'm seeing a stone being rolled back, which of course in the Bible represented the stone being rolled back and revealing that there had been a resurrection, that a miracle had taken place. So maybe some kind of stone is about to be rolled back in your life, revealing that a miracle has taken place, or that something powerful has manifested. Something's been brought back to life that you may have thought was dead. This may be a connection. This may be some kind of love situation, something from your past, maybe a past dream, because this is kind of bringing me back to that aspect of yourself that wants to be resurrected. I keep seeing a pearl necklace for some reason as well, and I'm going to be looking that up here as well. There's been so much symbolism coming through here, but a pearl necklace can symbolize purity, wisdom, elegance, timelessness. I feel like that really represents you and your energy: elegant, timeless, wise, someone who has an enduring beauty. And because that message around timelessness is coming up here, it may be that Maybe part of how you've been getting in your own way, or the mind has been getting in the way, has been something related to time or timing. So maybe you've been concerned about the passage of time. I saw a literal passageway in my mind's eye, like labeled the passage of time, the passageway of time. Don't fear the passage of time. It's actually a passageway that's like this vortex leading you to this resurrection, to that stone being rolled back and revealing some kind of powerful manifestation. I know we're speaking in kind of really vague but high level symbolism here, but I feel that's for a reason because, of course, these reading videos are meant to connect with you in a really unique and personal way. So I feel that if these messages are meant for you, these different symbols may be connecting with you in some way that's significant. I'm seeing the number 1111, also something about the color yellow. So let's see what else we can pick up from the guidebook. When you are conscious, you are depressed like fall. Maybe the season of fall or autumn is significant. Maybe this is someone's birth season. When you are beyond consciousness, the winter cold feels like spring. All your wavering is due to your longing to be stable. Look for instability until you become stable. When I'm seeing the winter cold feels like spring, this is so interesting. I'm hearing something about the seasons feeling mixed up, or, for example, what's showing around you visibly representing this season being very different than how you're feeling on the inside. So it could be that the season you're in looks to be like winter, but you are feeling internally like spring. It may be that it's the opposite. Maybe things in your reality are flowing and moving really well, but you're feeling an inner sadness. I'm just getting this. It's like mixed up seasons, but mentally or emotionally, as opposed to how things appear in the physical world. Okay, very interesting way to start the reading. So let's see if we can kind of decode the messages that are flowing through here. So I will be shuffling some of the decks to kind of weave together what we are picking up here energetically. I use that word weave really intentionally, by the way, because lately I've been referring to these messages as threads of energy. So it's almost like through these readings, we are picking up these individual threads of energy that can be very hyper specific to different individuals, and we are weaving them together into this collective reading. So, of course, only take the threads for you that are significant to you personally and leave the rest here because it's really your inner guidance that is the compass of your life experience. I began to pause there because I'm getting the word judge, and I'm literally seeing a judge. Maybe someone is in some kind of a legal dispute or going to court over something, and their mind is getting really involved. Maybe it's much less literal, and you are feeling judged by something or someone, or maybe you are judging yourself or a situation in a certain way, but I'm hearing it's happening for you. It's manifesting for you. This is such a powerful sign of yes energy, confirmation energy with the cornucopia card here. I'm hearing something that you've been aiming towards has been coming together for a while and is about to fully manifest into your reality, but it might come about in an unexpected way or at an unexpected time with the strategy card in the reverse position. And for some reason, I keep picking up that this thing that's manifesting may have something to do with judgment. So again, it could be something related to a court matter, a legal matter, but this also could be you being judged or evaluated by others. Maybe there are like contest judges involved or something like that. Or maybe this is something that you've been judging within yourself that you are now overcoming. There's some really positive manifestation coming in around something that you've been judging about yourself or your life, or that you've felt judged about, maybe misjudged about. Maybe this thing that you've been judged about has actually been a misunderstanding that's being cleared up. I'm hearing it'll be brought to light and you will shine through. Something has felt like a burden here or like stagnation with the world card in the reverse position. Can I get more clarification? Yeah, I feel like there was a very visible tower moment involved here. Maybe you were undergoing some kind of tower moment that other people were very privy to, that people were seeing you go through, that they may have been judging you for. Maybe there was a lot of chaos or change or upheaval in your own life that felt very much like a burden or maybe kept you stagnant in some way. I'm hearing moving back home, maybe because of this tower moment, someone had to move back home or some of your plans got derailed here in some way. And once again, I just keep hearing that it was very visible and you may have felt a lot of judgment around this particular situation. I want to know more about why this tower moment had to take place. Okay, so with the Seven of Wands in the upright position, this situation activated your confidence, is what I'm getting. I feel it taught you how to really protect yourself, how to defend and stand up for yourself, how to be more positively assertive in your life, but also how to overcome your fears and trust your intuition with the Moon card in the upright position. With the Emperor here, it's interesting. It's almost like the Emperor is the judge here. So this could be that judge imagery again, where I'm hearing a judge bringing in stability. That's very interesting. Again, it could be something related to a legal matter, but it also could be that someone who once misjudged you is now offering you support or offering you stability. Maybe this is society generally, where for a while in the physical material world you felt very misjudged by society and it was a burden, but now you are being offered a lot of stability or power in a sense in the physical 3D world. I'm getting the number 444. I'm hearing a reversal of roles. So maybe you used to be looked down upon or misunderstood, but now you're being put in this position of material or physical empowerment or where you are being praised or made more visible. I'm definitely picking up on a very specific energy for someone where something that you do or create, or maybe this is just you in general, is meant to be known or meant to be very visible, but there may be an aspect of yourself that has been fighting this because of those subconscious fears. I'm hearing echoes from the past. Maybe there are people from your past or things that you were told in the past or growing up that have fed into some of these subconscious fears, and yet something keeps pulling you back in. It's this, I'm hearing if it's your calling, it will keep calling you, which is, of course, somewhat of a cliche saying, but it feels like it holds a lot of weight here because there's something that keeps calling you. Maybe it is that echo from your past that keeps calling you, some kind of dream. I'm hearing there's an echo resonating in the cavern of your heart that is calling you back into something. And it's almost like the way your mind gets in the way is there's a part of you wondering, why am I constantly being called back to this place or called back into this thing? And I'm getting very strongly that the reason you keep getting called back, I'm hearing ley lines. Maybe this is a physical location. And we've talked a little bit about ley lines before and how you, especially if you identify as a starseed or a light worker, can be called to very specific geographical positions on the globe for the purpose of strengthening or healing or radiating some kind of energy on that ley line. and you can feel drawn to those places without really knowing why. And oftentimes, when you get there, you just feel guided to be in that space. Maybe that's a message coming through for someone, that when you are just being in a certain place, around a certain person, in an environment, your energy is having this powerful healing effect on that space or on that environment. I'm hearing called to be around something or someone without really knowing why. Trust those impulses if you do feel called to be in the presence of a place of, I'm hearing for some of you, this might be a historical location or a historical artifact or building or structure of some kind. This might be a person that you feel called to be around and you don't really know why, but you are learning to entrust. That's interesting. I meant to say to trust yourself in that intuitive guidance, but maybe someone is entrusting something to you. I'm hearing entrusting a dream to you. The universe has entrusted some kind of dream or vision to you that you're feeling called and pulled back into, just like being drawn to a ley line on the globe. So, what I'm getting though is that there's some aspect of yourself that's resisting your own destiny or resisting this thing that's calling you, questioning it, wondering, is this right? Is this what I'm meant to be doing? Maybe there are subconscious fears that are causing you to question. And that's really what I want to read into here. What aspect of yourself is resisting this destiny and why? So that we can clear that out, because I'm hearing that for some of you, you were meant to find this reading because it's going to be really activating and it's going to assist you in clearing that subconscious blockage and really moving towards this embodiment of some aspect of your soul that's meant to be expressed, but it's been repressed for some reason. With storm warning in the upright position, I'm hearing afraid to make waves. So maybe this aspect of yourself that wants to be expressed it might deconstruct something or destruct something. Maybe it's someone's opinion of you. Maybe it's a relationship or connection. Maybe it's a literal structure or organization, for example, in the physical world. And this thing that you are sharing, this aspect of yourself that you're sharing with the world, this truth that you're sharing is somehow going to deconstruct something that's been very stable and long term, either in the world or in your own life. But you're the one meant to tear it all down here, is what I'm getting. And with contract in the upright position, I'm feeling almost this like suffocating feeling, like when you step forward, you might suddenly feel all of this fear pulling you back, almost like invisible chains. And yet, what's pulling you forward is that echo in your soul, and it's really your soul's destiny. And so, what I'm getting here is that you might be getting confused as to what's your fear and what's your intuition. Someone here may have literally been searching recently, how can I tell if it's fear or intuition? Or maybe you've been asking your spirit guides, your spirit team for a personal sign, which of course your inner guidance and your spirit team, however you conceptualize that, is always available for you to access. You don't need any kind of intermediary. And it's interesting that's coming up. Maybe you've been subconsciously kind of waiting for someone to give you that permission or to tell you to go for it or to share that part of yourself or express that aspect of your soul. And I'm hearing the confirmation isn't going to come externally, because this is an exercise in self-trust. You are meant to be trusting. I'm hearing trusting what you've been entrusted with, the dream you've been entrusted with. So, can I get more information on these fears? I feel like they are anxieties that are deceptions, that are deceiving you, maybe masking themselves as intuition. It might be that when you take this step forward towards your dream or towards expressing this aspect of yourself, you feel these anxieties coming up and you talk yourself out of sharing this aspect of you because you tell yourself, well, maybe my intuition is telling me to stop. Or maybe these fears are my intuition telling me to take a step back. But it's interesting because that's the deception here. The deception is your fears masquerading as your intuition, making you believe that when you feel that fear coming up as you take a step forward, that that is your intuition telling you to pull back, when actually I'm hearing it's just ghosts and whispers. Interesting. I'm not sure exactly what that means. What are these ghosts and whispers? Walking away. Okay, so maybe these are whispers, either literally, maybe there are people talking about you, or metaphorically, whatever you're doing when you take those steps forward towards this dream is generating some kind of reaction from others or controversy. Maybe there's someone or a group of people afraid that you're going to walk away from them when they see you at this level of empowerment or sharing this part of yourself. Maybe these are people that you did walk away from, and they are, I'm hearing, afraid of being exposed, of you shedding light on their darkness or their shadow in some way. There also could be some kind of karmic feminine energy involved here. With the woman holding a coin reversed, I'm getting that for many of you connecting with this reading, you are resonating more so with the divine feminine. Now, of course, we all do have a balance internally of both the divine feminine and divine masculine. So these messages could apply to either energy internally or to some external person or situation. But I'm hearing that there might be some karmic feminine connected to you. So this could be a friend, a coworker, a family member, someone from your past, or just general people that have access to you or who see what you're doing, who feel deeply insecure and somehow threatened by you moving towards. This is so interesting. What are you doing here that is so triggering to these karmic feminine energies? I really want to get more information on this. Play, have fun, celebrate, don't be so serious. So maybe you are in the light. I'm hearing in the sunshine. You might be getting more sunshine or traveling to where there's sunshine. But I'm hearing that you are in the light. You are playful about your life. You're enjoying your life. And I'm hearing miserable. There are people, or maybe a person who's miserable in their own life, who doesn't want to see you in this state of play, creation, celebration. All I see when you move towards this dream or goal is that beautiful, celebratory, happy energy, but it's like your fears are lying to you because they're telling you that, I'm hearing, you can't go back. Maybe you're afraid to step forward because you're worried you'll not be able to go back. But I'm hearing that you wouldn't want to, because what's on the other side of that door you're afraid to walk through is everything you've ever dreamt of and so much more that you haven't even been able to consciously imagine. We have the card Answer the Call. What is your soul calling you to do? And boundaries. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? So maybe you are going to have to establish strong energetic and emotional boundaries, especially with these people that you've either walked away from or who are afraid that you're going to walk away from them or that they're going to be exposed through, I'm hearing, as a byproduct of what you're doing. So you might not even be directly exposing them with your words or with your creations, but somehow they feel that you, in the process of doing this, is leaving them feeling exposed, feeling like some spotlight is being shined on them in a negative way, or that it's making them look bad somehow. Maybe it's just by comparison because you are in such a celebratory time. But I'm not exactly sure. I'm getting the letter K, also the letters A and R, Can I get more information on this whole situation? We have the card summer. So I just saw these lines of light that were intersecting, and in the middle it said summer. And it's almost like summer is a really powerful alignment for you of energies that makes this a kind of vortex of creation where if you really utilize this upcoming summertime. Now, of course, I know that it's only summer or upcoming summer in the northern hemisphere. If you're in the southern hemisphere, this might refer to your summer, or this might refer to the period of time in the next 3 months or so. But regardless, I'm getting that this is a really powerful alignment for you of energies that is creating almost like this. I don't know how to describe it, but it's like this swirling vortex where if you step into that vortex and start creating from your heart and moving confidently in the direction of where your soul is calling you, you are going to see some really supercharged results here. But again, I'm getting that every time you take a step forward, it triggers someone or something. It's almost like energetically walking through a minefield. And sometimes you might even feel this blowback of energy in the form of what people sometimes refer to as a psychic attack. I'm hearing a witch. Maybe people are talking about you and thinking of you as a witch, or someone who is, I'm hearing, casting some kind of a spell. Maybe your energy is just like this spell. It's like this enchantment because of how powerful it is, how hypnotic you are, and your presence is when you walk into a room. There may be a karmic feminine here who's connected to a masculine who has been holding back from them, and it's because this masculine sees in you, I'm hearing, their highest fulfillment. They feel a profound soul connection to you, even though they haven't spoken this to the karmic feminine here. And this is someone who's been, without really meaning to, they've been unintentionally holding back from the karmic feminine here. But they seem to hold back more when you are shining, when you are really following your soul. You might be completely unaware of this whole situation. I feel that the masculine and karmic feminine I'm picking up on here are in some kind of romantic connection that has been fairly long term in the physical world, whether it's that they have dated in the past for a long time, or that they are married, or maybe this is an ex and there's still some level of contact or communication here. But regardless, what I'm getting the most strongly is that for whoever I'm channeling here, and this is feeling very specific, so it won't be for everyone, but this is one of those feminines that's feeling really triggered every time, and I'm hearing they watch like a hawk. I don't know why I'm getting that hawk imagery. I'm seeing red ribbon, interesting, red ribbon tied around a finger, like don't forget, remember, a constant reminder. Maybe somehow you are a constant reminder to this person, or when you are creating from the soul, because of the soul connection you have with this masculine, it's really not allowing them to forget you. We have the card no. The answer to your question is no. Maybe you had some kind of fear around this person or situation or within your own life, and you were asking, is this fear going to come true, or do I need to worry about this situation? And the answer to that is no. I'm hearing your fears aren't going to come true, your dreams are. Someone may have needed to hear that here, especially if you're feeling those triggered fears masking themselves as intuition whenever you take that step forward. I'm hearing you're so close. So it might be that it's like your guides are urging you forward on this path, like just one step more. It's almost like you're so close to this major manifestation, but it requires you What does it require? Consistency, to consistently step forward. I'm hearing without shutting it all down. So maybe there's something that you move towards and then you shut down or you pull back or you change your mind. But it's not really that your soul has changed its mind. It's that you've intuitively and empathically felt these vibrations, these projections from other people. I'm seeing like 4 or 5 people, so there might be a group here that won't be relevant for everyone. I am going to reshuffle. We do have the cards crossroads and settling. So someone who has been trying to settle is being put at a crossroads here. This might be that masculine who's been trying to settle for some kind of a karmic connection. But the way that you pulled on their energy, although maybe when I almost said your energy, it's like the two of you are so connected, it's almost like one and the same. Maybe this is a twin flame, although that won't be the case for everyone. Whenever you create from your soul, you send out a vibration that pulls on their energy, or maybe your energy, or the both of you, and this puts this person at a crossroads. I'm getting that if this isn't applying for a specific romantic situation, you might have this effect on people generally, where when you are creating from the heart and from the soul, you bring people automatically to this crossroads. If they have been settling in their life, maybe that's that element of exposure that's so triggering. It's that the things you create are so pure and so authentic and so filled with light that they naturally expose the areas in which others have been settling in their own lives. And it pushes them to this crossroads. What is this crossroads that people get pushed towards? Okay, we have the ego card, the thinking man in the upright position. Am I going to allow my mind to control me? Am I going to remain in this karmic contract or this heavy situation of obligation that's leaving me imbalanced with Angel of Balance reversed? Or am I going to tune in? Am I going to connect with the community card? Am I going to tap into my own divinity with the crown chakra reversed? It's almost like this card is turned inward towards reconnection with the innermost self. Am I going to connect with my true soul community and expand with the world card, move to the next level of expansion? But this is really bringing everything full circle here, because part of why it is your soul's destiny to be sharing yourself in this way, although you are going to be receiving certain kinds of status, abundance, maybe material things you've been trying to manifest, this expression of yourself is actually catalyzing collective expansion because of the effect that whatever you are doing or creating has on people who come into contact with those creations energetically. So I am going to be extending this reading on Patreon, where we will be diving deeper into the messages and sharing more pieces of information that want to come through. If you do feel satisfied with this current level of information in the reading and you feel you received whatever you needed today, then thank you so much for tuning in. I really hope that this was beneficial to you and connected with you in a deep and meaningful way. Of course, I invite you to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. You can also follow me on Instagram, and my Instagram is linked in the description box. It's at Magnetize Yourself. If you do want to continue on with me to the Patreon reading, the link for that is in the pinned comment and is also in the description box. So I'm going to be closing the reading here, but I am sending you all huge amounts of love and light energy. Remember that I do these collective readings every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so feel free to tune back in on those times and days. Have a wonderful remainder of your day and weekend, and I will connect with you here again in Monday's reading.